Cheerleaders. We aren't just flirts and skirts. There's actually a meaning behind it. I don't do competition cheer to look good. I actually have a passion for the sport. And yes, competition cheer is a sport. Competition cheer differs from high school cheerleading many different ways. For example, uniforms. Uniforms are one of the only factors in high school and competitive cheer have in common. You both wear skirts, but competition cheer tops are cut off right at the beginning of the stomach. But school cheer, it's practically like a one piece. You both wear white tennis shoes and hair up in a ponytail with a big bow. But makeup is sort of different. In high school cheer, you aren't made to wear makeup, but in competition cheer, you want as much makeup as you can possibly cake on. It's kind of disturbing, but it's very showy, and that's what competition cheer is made for. High school cheerleaders are used for cheering the boys on in many different sports your school has, but for competition cheer, you're cheering for yourself and for your fans. Also, competition cheer is much harder than high school cheer. For instance, stunts. When you go to a high school football game, the most stunts you would do would be an extension. An extension is when you have two bases, one back spot, and one flyer. The base's hands are straight up and completely locked, holding the flyer into the air. But if you were to go to a facility that's hosting a cheer competition, you would see many more stunts, as well as harder ones, such as a pyramid or a partner stunt. A pyramid is a bunch of stunts put together and they're connected at the arms. A partner stunt involves just two people. Yes, one person is lifting another person. Crazy, huh? Another reason it differs from high school cheer is in high school cheer, you talk and you're constantly yelling. But when it comes to competitive cheer, there's music that does the talking and special effects for you. Back in 2004, you could put a cheer into your routine, but if you were to go to one nowadays, you wouldn't see many routines with one. Also, a football game or a basketball game lasts like an hour or an hour and a half, but a competition routine, you get 2 minutes and 30 seconds to prove yourself, and you don't get an extra shot at it. Many people like to say cheerleading isn't a sport because you don't run or throw a football or make a ball into a basket, but if you think about it, cheerleaders put a girl in the air and keep her steady while she throws her body into many different shapes and forms. Bases throw the girl into the air for about 3 seconds and catch them. And keep in mind, not every flyer is 90 pounds. It's a lot heavier than it sounds. Not to mention getting kicked in the face when the flyer falls or getting punched in the nose when you cradle them because they put their hands out. But when that happens, you can't ask coach to take you out for a second and then go back in. You have to get up and shake it off because you have a routine to finish. Every sport involves dedication, but not like cheerleading. If you have to miss a competition for some certain reason, there's not a person that can learn a 2 minute and 30 second routine and perform it perfectly like you could. As for any other sport, you have people on the sideline that could fill in for you. Tumbling is another factor in cheer. A cartwheel is what the beginners learn when it comes to cheer. A cartwheel is not a hard task. Many young girls or boys get it within 2 weeks of practice. A cartwheel is a level 1 skill. A back handspring is an acrobatic move when you are standing straight up and lunge yourself backwards, landing in a handstand, then pushing off your hands and standing up. This is not a hard skill to accomplish, but it can be for some people. This would be level 2. A back tuck, or backwards somersault as some people call it, are more advanced, or level 3 in cheer terms. A back tuck is when you go backwards without any hands and tuck your knees to your chest. A layout would be level 4. A layout is the same thing as a back tuck, but instead of tucking your knees to your chest, you keep a completely straight body throughout the whole skill. Lastly, a full. A full is one of the hardest things to accomplish in cheerleading because it involves so much power and skill. A full is just like a layout, but you add a full 360 twist while you're in the air. This would be level 5 in cheer terms. In high school cheerleading, the average skill you would see would be a back tuck or standing back tuck. Now don't get me wrong, there are some athletes out there that can throw a full on a hard floor, but not many. Lastly, the dance. You would most likely find the dance at the end of the routine to usually leave with a bang. The dance is there for when you hit a perfect routine to just show how much energy you have left. Even if you don't hit a perfect routine, a dance is for you just to leave everything out on the floor. You should step off the mat with no regrets, no worries, not wishing you would have done anything differently. Hitting a perfect routine is probably one of the best feelings in the world. Knowing you gave it all you had is winning, no matter what the judges say. Many people don't give cheer the credit it deserves. They always think we're doing it to look good or doing it for the makeup and short skirts, but as you can see, there's many other factors in cheer that make us love the sport of cheerleading. It's not all about what we look like.